When did your gut feeling turn out to be right? My sweet neighbor Carol seemed perfect. She'd watched kids for years, and my 4-year-old Emma absolutely adored her. When I started my new job at the bank, Carol offered to babysit for free. "Emma's like the granddaughter I never had," she'd say with tears in her eyes. "I'd do anything for that little angel." At first, everything seemed wonderful. Emma would come home with stories about baking cookies and reading fairy tales. Then Emma started acting strange. She'd whisper to herself constantly and get genuinely upset when I asked about her day with Carol. She'd also zone out for long periods, just staring at nothing with this dreamy expression. "How is Carol's house today, sweetie?" "Good," she'd mumble, then immediately change the subject or ask for snacks. One week, Emma started having vivid nightmares. She'd wake up screaming about the dancing people and flying colors everywhere. When I asked her to explain what she meant, she'd just say, Carol told her not to talk about the special games they played together. My mom instincts kicked into overdrive. I started asking more pointed questions, but Emma would clam up every single time. She'd get this guilty look like she was keeping a huge secret. The breaking point came when Emma's preschool teacher called me at work. "Emma seems very spacey lately. She told me she can see invisible friends that other kids can't see. She's also been falling asleep during story time, which isn't like her at all." That same afternoon, I decided to pick Emma up early from Carol's house without calling ahead. As I walked up to the front porch, I heard Carol's voice clearly through the open window. "Remember what we talked about, sweetie? This stays between us, okay? It's our very special secret that only you and I share." My blood ran completely cold. I stood there frozen on her doorstep, my mind immediately racing to the absolute worst possible scenarios. I waited until they came outside together, then drove home in complete silence while Emma hummed happily in her car seat. That night, I sat her down for the most serious conversation of my life. "Emma, has Carol ever made you feel uncomfortable? Has she ever touched you in ways that felt wrong or scary?" Emma looked genuinely confused and shook her head. "No, Mommy. Carol's really nice to me. She makes me feel happy." "Then what's the secret you two have? You can tell me absolutely anything, and I promise you won't get in trouble." Emma's entire face suddenly lit up with pure excitement. "Carol said I'm super duper special because I can see magical things that other kids can't see." "What kind of magical things?" "The pretty rainbow angels that dance around her medicine cabinet. And sometimes the walls get all sparkly and move like ocean water." My heart completely stopped beating. "What angels, baby? Tell me everything." "The beautiful ones with shimmery wings that sing songs only I can hear. Carol gives me the magic candy from her special jar so I can see them dance. She said only very special kids like me can handle the angel pills. And if I tell anyone, the angels will go away forever." I felt like I was going to throw up right there on our living room carpet. I immediately grabbed Emma, drove straight to Carol's house, and pounded on her front door until she answered. She invited me in with her usual warm, grandmotherly smile, completely oblivious to the absolute panic coursing through my entire body. "Carol, what exactly have you been giving my daughter?" She looked confused for a moment, then walked to her kitchen cabinet and pulled out a prescription bottle with a cheerful expression. "Just my little anxiety helpers, dear. Emma gets so wound up sometimes, and one tiny piece calms her right down. She sees the most beautiful things afterward and becomes such a peaceful little angel." I grabbed the bottle from her hands. Xanax. She'd been giving my 4-year-old prescription anxiety medication for weeks, telling her the pill-induced hallucinations were magical angels. I never let her watch Emma again.